Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be flipping through my Hobonichi and showing you my February pages and then sharing with you what happened, what worked and what didn't, and my daily drawing entries. Okay, enough with the introduction, let's get started. This here is an old Recollections planner band slash pen holder that I had from many years ago. I'm using it now to hold the Hobonichi close and to put my pen when I go up and down the house. As you can see, without it, it will kind of pop open a little bit. For the calendar page, I've highlighted a few dates in February. These were the family events that happened on those days. February went by pretty fast for me, not going to lie. For the calendar index page or my habit tracker page, I had some low moments and some not so great days. I did a lot of reading because I had a bunch of books that I had to finish reading by a certain deadline because the library wants them back. I couldn't renew them because it's a new release and a lot of people are waiting on it. So every day I read a lot, but at the end of February, I slowed down a lot because I wanted to give it a rest a little bit. I managed to skip supper but not very consistent, and I barely did any workout. But the good news is I'm slowly losing weight and fat percentage has gone down a bit. I really think removing supper from my daily diet did help, but it's hard. For next month, the things I'm tracking is going to be the same as February, and there's going to be a water bill to pay. For my monthly page on my social media page, I more or less did all that I had planned to do. This video is part of that plan, but it will only be uploaded at the beginning of March. It still counts for me. This is the March monthly page and it's ready for the month. You can watch my setup video that I had uploaded last week if you're interested. The link is in the description box below. For the weekly pages, this is where I use it to log my daily Wordle, my Duolingo notes, track my flossing, water, skipping supper habit, as well as listing down my weekly to-dos. I'm still using the same kind of stickers and washi tape to decorate. I'm on course to finishing up my sticker and washi stash. One thing I want to try to do in regards to my Duolingo notes is to use different color inks to differentiate between the notes for Mandarin and Japanese words. But sometimes it's not easy to stick with it because in the morning I'm downstairs with only the planner and a black pen. I don't have the color pens with me handy until later in the day when I go upstairs. So I'll have to figure something out if it doesn't work out. Next is my goals and monthly task page. I've marked my goals I'll be working on, which is the same as the previous month. The numbers haven't changed since I listed them. For the tasks, I didn't accomplish a lot of the things I listed there because I was procrastinating a lot. And for March, I'm holding off on carrying forward some of the tasks from February because I want to be realistic about it. So we'll see. I left a little bit of space if I needed to write something else. Moving on to the February currently page. I really like the vertical layout compared to the horizontal one in January. It makes me want to write more and I managed to fill up the whole page. The sticker box was a little too small to fit all of her activities. My daughter is really doing a lot of activities and I want to trim it down a little for March because I feel it's a little too taxing for her. Her acting class will end in March. So is music, I think, after the final performance. And then her debate or public speaking class will end in early March. As for chess, I don't know how serious she is with chess, but we'll see. She's surprisingly good at it. She's able to see my moves, what it would do to her pieces, and actually counter it. So I don't know, maybe she'll continue with the chess class. I doubt she'll be doing any competition because right now she's just playing casually for it. Now, moving on to the daily pages. For February, I decided to draw something daily and also use stickers to decorate. The drawings are usually something related to what I like or something that ties with the stickers I want to use. And then the things I journal about is of random stuff that happened the previous day or just random topics. And then of course I list my daily task at the side. For this day, I wanted to use the green leaf stickers that I have, so I thought about what I could draw that would go with it. At first I thought about maybe drawing Tarzan or a snake, or maybe a snake with Sasuke from Naruto anime because he controls one. But in the end, I went with an ape generated from Meta AI. So the whole thing is like a scene from a jungle. The stuff I was writing was mostly about watching Survivor episodes. I'm just rewatching some of the past seasons. And then I finished reading Loath to Love You collection of novellas by Ellie Hazelwood. And then I also wrote about my weight loss progress. For this one, I wanted to use these black, pink, and beige flower stickers. And the first thing I thought about was drawing Wednesday. Shortly after drawing this, I started rewatching the whole TV show. Here, my daughter was having trouble memorizing her lines in this Pinocchio play that she is in. So I contacted her teacher to talk about it. And right now, she has more or less memorized them since her lines, I think, were probably the easiest of the lot. Here, I wanted to draw Groot. And I knew I have these green stickers I could use. I followed an image generated by Meta AI. And then here I wrote I was still recovering from this painful cough that I have. And I borrowed House of Flame and Shadow from the library. And my husband made some chrysanthemum tea drink for me to drink. This day I was having trouble deciding on what to draw, so I thought about the chess class my daughter had to go for that day and decided to draw a queen chess piece. I used this Meta AI image of a queen and then drew the bottom part of the chess piece. For the stickers, I used red floral stickers. All the stickers that I have are from Happy Planner, in case you're wondering. Here I wrote about how I read up on the infographics of the Crescent City book series to recap what had happened so that when I'm reading House of Flame and Shadow, I'm not lost and I know who is who and what's going on. And of course, I had to draw the book cover of House of Flame and Shadow, but it was hard. I couldn't make out a lot of the details and I was getting confused the longer I stared at it. So I decided to just focus around her face, and for the details that I couldn't make out, I just created my own. The gold and black floral stickers are just to match with the color of the drawing. Here I wrote that I watched Train to Busan with my daughter. At first it was just myself and then later my daughter joined. She wasn't scared of the zombies. I told her what it was about, but rather she cried when the person she thought wouldn't die, died. I had to actually calm her down. I wasn't expecting her to cry, and then I explained to her some shows have bad endings like that. So yeah. I also wrote about balancing eggs on the floor for Lee Chun-dae. I've never done that and I had planned to do it, but I never got around to doing it. Maybe next year. For this day, I decided to draw my favorite character from Avatar, that is Kiwi. I tried to follow the photo, but I could only get some of the features right. At least the stickers I had went perfect with it. For journaling, I wrote about the rain and strong winds we were experiencing, and I read about the flood warnings for Southern California, and it was alarming to say the least. This day, I decided to draw Anya from Spy X Family. I originally wanted to draw a dog beside her, but the writing space was getting swallowed up. Like it only left this amount of space if I drew the dog with her. So I decided to do without the dog. And then I flipped the task from the left side here to the right side instead. Here I wrote about taking more walks, not taking any late night snacks so that I don't overeat, and eating some bakwan or savory sweet meat. My husband actually ordered some of that, so it's still in the fridge. And since this is February 7 and now it's already like almost the end of February, it's really surprising that we managed to keep it that long. But it's in the fridge and it should be still good if we put it in the toaster oven. For this day, I got really ambitious and decided to draw Howl's Moving Castle. It's my favorite of all Studio Ghibli's work and the house looked interesting. But It did take me a ridiculously long time to draw it. I had to even omit some things because I drew too big for some areas and there wasn't enough room to fit them. And for stickers, I only used a minimal amount of stars and sun stickers over the side over here. After the day before's intensive drawing session, I decided to draw something simpler. I drew BB-8 from Star Wars Force Awakens. It was still a little challenging because drawing circles or circular lines is not easy for me. It's hard for me to see. So I really like this drawing though. This logo wasn't there before, but because there was an odd space gap after writing my task, I decided to just add it in over there. Here I wrote about enjoying my sleep time because of the dreams I'd have, and then I've been doing a lot of reading, especially on House of Flame and Shadow. Now this day was the start of Lunar New Year, or for me in this case Chinese New Year for me and my family, and I knew what I would draw for this day, and that is Shenron from Dragon Ball. This anime was one of my favorite animes growing up. I didn't write anything interesting in particular, just remarking on how it was like celebrating Chinese New Year here versus back in Malaysia where I'm from. For this day, after the dragon from the previous day, I decided to go for something simple and cute. I drew Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I followed a drawing tutorial online for this one. Here I wrote about checking out a nearby Lunar New Year celebration. There was a lion dance and a dragon dance and some gift bags for kids along with balloon modeling. I believe she asked for either an owl sitting on a heart-shaped thing, I don't know. Then I wrote about the latest book by Ellie Hazelwood, Ride. It's ready for me to pick up at the library. And for this day, I drew a Terran Marine from StarCraft, following an illustration from the field manual I found online. I used to play this game a lot when I was in college. I was never good at it, but it was still fun, and I did manage to complete the game, for the Terran one at least. This is Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach, another favorite anime of mine. I followed a drawing tutorial for this one. I wanted to use more stickers and I made sure I did because a lot of my drawings seem to take up a lot of space. So I made sure that I drew small and then filled it up with a lot of stickers because that's my original goal, to use up all my stickers. Here I wrote about watching Grimm again. I have a box set collection, but I do watch it on Amazon Prime as well because some of the discs were badly scratched. This is another YouTube drawing tutorial I followed. I drew the Colossal Titan from Attack on Titan. I never finished this anime, but it is great. I do hope to finish watching it one day. Here I wrote about my succulents having powdery mildew again, and then about Valentine's Day. We had prepared some gift bags for my daughter's class. Besides stickers, pens, and pencils, they also get this unique gemstone each. This is Sesshomaru from Inuyasha anime. Inuyasha is actually the main guy along with Kagome, but I had always liked Sesshomaru better. The pink flower stickers, I think it went well with him, especially it matches with this part here. For this day, I wanted to try drawing something following a photo. I wanted to draw 7 of 9, but it didn't quite look the same. It took many tries before I could get her face or hair right. Even now it doesn't quite look the same, but as long as it looks like 7 of 9 or you could tell that it's 7 of 9, I guess I'm happy with that. I watched a few episodes of Attack on Titan, but I stopped halfway because I didn't want to commit my time to it just yet. And then I had a wonderful afternoon nap. I think it's my only nap that I've taken during the day for this month. And I had my car sent for maintenance, but discovered there are actually more issues that I need to take care of. I decided to pick and choose what needed to be fixed first, and then there's one more thing that needs to be fixed, and I think I'm gonna do that beginning of March. But I'll probably have to wait until the rainy season is over, because once I leave the car at the workshop, I have to walk back home, and then when I have to pick it up, I have to walk back to the repair shop to collect my car. So I'll just have to wait until the rainy season is over. Now I started reading Bride by Ellie Hazelwood, and so I decided to draw the book cover. I did some rearranging of the characters to make it work for my layout, as I needed them for journaling. I wrote about having to postpone a meetup with an old friend. I spoke to the doctor regarding my daughter's eyes because she was complaining that it was itching a lot and there was this little yellow discharge around the corners. But luckily, it wasn't pink eye. It went away after 2 days. For this day, I decided to draw Sasuke and his family in the Boruto anime. He is actually not my favorite character, but he is cool and his story was interesting, so I made a spot for him in my planner. I wrote about attending a neighborhood meetup with the city mayor. I watched some videos about tiny living on YouTube, and then some update on my weight loss journey. For this day, I decided to draw Penelope from the Bridgerton series on Netflix, following a photo. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. She looks gorgeous, and I can't wait for Bridgerton Season 3 to be released. But I'm not happy that it will be coming in 2 parts. Here I wrote about our family time at a mall where they had Lunar New Year performances there, and we also had our lunch at a ramen restaurant. For this day, I drew Sawako and Shota from Kimi ni Todoke anime. I love this anime and their love story so much. They're a beautiful couple. I wrote about how it's been raining so much again. The city volunteer program is still continuing. I'm participating in this program of theirs to pick up trash around my neighborhood, and there's also a chance to win gift cards, but I did it mainly to clean up the trash because I keep seeing them around, and it's pretty windy from the rain and all that it keeps blowing trash all over the place. So whenever I take walks and I see these trash lying at the side or among the weeds and stuff, I just feel like I needed to do something, so that's why I'm participating in this program. Now this one is a favorite scene of mine from End of Green Gables. I followed the photo and I tried to capture the moment. His hair is a little funny, but I don't care. I still love it. Here I wrote about my job search, about reading finish my book, and then how I'm procrastinating on doing my taxes. For this one, I didn't know what to draw for this day, so I looked at the stickers that I had. I decided to use these rainbow disc stickers, and to go with it, I generated this image from Meta AI and drew it. Here I wrote about my teeth, how I'm being careful when I chew, reading The Bride, or actually I'm going to be finishing reading The Bride. Oh, I finished reading The Bride. It's a paranormal romance, but I think I prefer her contemporary ones better. For this day, I didn't know what to draw, so I thought I'd draw something that my daughter likes, and that is BTS. When I first encountered them and realized they represented the band members, I was perplexed. But then, seeing how my daughter likes them, I began to understand the marketing genius behind that strategy because she found them very cute. Her favorite is this yellow dog. I don't even know the name. I wrote about considering investing in a month of LinkedIn learning courses. Not that it would do much, but at least I can learn something and have that displayed on my LinkedIn profile. And then I wrote about coming upon a video of people throwing a dead octopus on the ice hockey rink. I find that rather disturbing, that tradition. Quite horrifying for that poor animal. This is a geisha robot from the Ghost in the Shell movie. I wanted to draw it because it looked cool and a little disturbing at the same time. The Ghost in the Shell anime movie back in 1995 is the one that I actually like though. I love the opening song for that anime, can listen to it over and over again. Here I wrote about having finished reading House of Flame and Shadow, and then I'm going to be reading the next book, which is Visions of Flesh and Blood. It's ready for me at the library. And then I wrote about how I'm having lower back problems sitting in a chair. But this one, I wanted to draw something from Game of Thrones. I wanted to draw the Iron Throne at first, but I changed my mind because it would have been difficult trying to see all the details. So I settled on the Night King following a photo, and it went perfectly with the sticker that I have here, which a lot of people understood the humor behind it. I mean, I find it funny whenever I read it, especially when it's connected to the Night King. Here I wrote about my brother-in-law coming over to join us for a dinner event in conjunction with Chinese New Year. And then here I wrote about how I was starting to get annoyed with the House of Flame Shadow book the more I think about it, because some things I didn't like that was written in the book, and the fact that there were actually 5 different bonus chapters printed in the books depending on which store you bought it from. Like there's one exclusive to Target and one to Barnes & Noble, to name a few. So I didn't like the fact that they made it that way, like forcing people to buy these different editions or printed books from different stores just so that they could read the bonus chapters. I don't like that. For this day, I drew Harry Potter following a drawing tutorial on YouTube. I saw the first movie first before I even knew about the books. I loved the movie, and then I went on to read all the books that was available then and then the coming years later. Here I wrote about going to Target and Barnes & Noble to read the bonus chapters for Bride, and House of Flame and Shadow. After reading them, I decided it's not that bad if I never got to read all of them. And then I also wrote about playing Roblox with my daughter. It's becoming our playing session together. I've also asked my husband to create an account so that we can take turns playing with her. For this day, I drew Grogu from The Mandalorian, following a printable coloring page. I like The Mandalorian show, but I wish they showed more of Grogu using the Force. I feel like it's a missed opportunity there, although I do know the bounty hunter was the main focus. And here I wrote about how I was feeling depressed and how it affected my motivation to do anything around the house. I allowed myself to feel, and then I tried to distract myself with doing things that I like to get my mood to change for the day. This day, I decided to draw Deadpool, following a drawing tutorial again. I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. His sense of humor is well suited for Deadpool. He is hilarious. For decoration, I just followed the Deadpool Christmas special theme, and I used some Christmas decoration, and I should have used cookies. I do have some cookie stickers, but I didn't think about it, so I was putting donut stickers. I think it works. It still works. And then finally, the last day of February. Since it is a leap day, I decided to use Meta AI to generate an image of a character making a leap or jumping. Something simple and cute, and then I used these floral stickers to fill up the white space on the page other than the writing space. That's the end of the daily pages. Moving on to the back pages. This is my cleaning log. I've done a few cleaning here and there, mostly vacuuming and cleaning bathroom sinks and countertops. For self-care log, I marked the ones that I did. I updated the subscription tracker. I should update the Netflix fee because it's changing for March. I switched to a different plan. It's the cheapest plan, but it comes with ads, so yeah. And then here I've updated my health and period chart here. The green was because of my sore throat, and then I had a little bit of fever from that sore throat. I don't know if this was in the previous video, but I added a show on the list of favorites here called The Uncanny Counter for season 1 and 2 because I think I like them equally, so might as well share a box. Here I checked off a few items from my 100 list. I didn't add anything new over here. And then I think I updated only one box, the interview with myself page. For the best book of the month, I listed House of Flame and Shadow. Only because of all the books I read during this month, it was still the best of the lot despite my annoyance over some of the things I read and discovered. Bonus chapter. The bonus chapter fiasco, it shouldn't affect my rating for the book, but I haven't quite come down from that just yet. Maybe one of these days I'll go back to Goodreads and change my rating. Like at the beginning, I gave it a 5 when I just finished reading it, and then after looking and thinking about it longer, I changed it to 3. So I don't know. I was badly affected by what I discovered. The bonus chapters, I mean. And here's my sleeping tracker. I want to thank the person that gave me the tip to refer to the daily page. There's the daily page. So like the daily page here, it has this number over here. The number corresponds with the day, so it's easy for me to mark and not lose where I am. Really helpful, and I no longer have to count the days every day when I want to make a mark. Then nothing has changed over here. And that's it. And that's the end of my flip through and review of the month of February. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to watch more of my other videos, do subscribe to my channel. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!